Thanks for having me on your live, Jordan. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. I appreciate our viewers and our members at Status Quo. They make this kind of reporting and breaking stories like this possible. Breaking news coming out of Nevada. Basically, there are concerns among the left in the Democratic Party that this virtual caucus that they're going to be having doesn't have a paper trail, doesn't have oversight, and they're also concerned about who the vendor is going to be. So for those of you that don't know, the virtual caucus in Iowa will be a phone vote. And I'm not sure if they're going to break it out in New Hampshire, but I do know that in Nevada, the Nevada Dems are working on the system right now. And the system will be done over the phone, through an app, or online. They have not landed a vendor yet. So we have 8 months until the primary. They don't have the vendor. They're supposed to be presenting this to the DNC for approval in in 2 weeks actually, and they don't have the information. They haven't secured a vendor yet. I believe that the issues that they're looking through is they want to make sure that this is cost effective, and they also want to make sure that it's secure because Russia. That is an issue for some people. And the main thing, let's step back a second. The main reason that they're doing this virtual caucus is going to be because of the issues we had with lines in 2016. If you remember, in 2016, in the primaries, everywhere there were long lines. Folks were trying to get in to vote, and there was a lot of problems with folks getting in to vote, making sure their vote counted, waiting for ever and ever and ever. And disabled folks literally can't do that in a lot of cases, especially places like Nevada and Arizona where it's really, really hot. Folks they can't do that. They can't wait outside in this heat like that. And they want to make sure that there's an equal opportunity for folks to be able to vote. And that is a necessary thing. So it's not clear cut. This is a horrible thing. I think that the idea is a good thing. But the problem is how are we going to have a paper trail for these votes? That's one of the main concerns folks have. Because at voting machines, especially here in Nevada, our voting machines are electronic. But what they do at those voting machines is there's a tape on the side. So you're pushing your buttons here, and it's a little touch screen. You touch your vote, and a paper goes down, and you can see your receipt of all your votes. And if there's a problem with the ballot, you stop, you go and get the volunteer, and then when talking to the volunteer, you say, okay, I have this problem with my vote. And they will go back, fix it, adjust the vote, and then you can redo it and make sure that your paper ballot is correct. Now, with a virtual caucus, concerns are that there won't be a paper trail for recounts. So there won't be any paper trail. This can be changed at any time. We don't know who is going to finance the vendor. That's another huge question that I have. I don't think any of the folks that I had spoken with said that they had raised that concern to the Democratic Party. But I know that was a concern that I had upon initially hearing this. That just jumped out at me because I was like, oh, okay, so we're getting a private vendor. So if you're getting a private vendor, who's going to be financing that? What are their financial interests? Is this private vendor going to be someone who has their money in the pharmaceutical industry as well? Is it somebody that has their money in Silicon Valley? What are their biases and interests? Because they will be able to, if we don't have a paper trail, shift whatever they want, how they want to. And a lot of concerns were raised, and the response that folks got from the DNC was, trust us. Now, I'm going to let y'all feel how you want to feel with that. How I feel, it doesn't matter. But I do know that the Democratic Party had a lot of issues in 2016, especially here in Nevada. And Nevada was still one of the few swing states that went blue in 2016. And then in 2018, we were one of the few states that had the huge blue wave. Like, we won. The Democrats won everything here. Everything. So the concerns that the far left of the Democratic Party has are really being raised, and they're worried about some issues here, and they don't feel heard, is what I've been told by quite a few different folks. So I'm going to keep following this story, but yeah, it's definitely troubling, to say the least.